So good afternoon, everyone. We are going to talk about the criteria to be considered in report writing. Right? So what are the criteria to be considered in report writing? When you see criteria, these are the requirements or the traits that must be present in your report or when you are making a report. These are the traits or the attributes that you need to consider in order for your report to be correct, concise, and void from errors. Okay. Now, in terms of language, no, obviously we are using English language in making reports. So first we have to consider is the clarity, ang kaklarohon, diba? The accuracy, how accurate your terminologies or your words on your report. The brevity, the specificity, the completeness, timeliness, security, and impartiality. Now, according to the book of Dr. Oscar Soriano, one of the most basic considerations of report writing is the language used. Direct to the point words are essential to good police report writing. Use of specific words also contributes to the factual police reports. Every complete sentence must have at least one subject and one predicate. Diction refers to the manner and style of expression in words. It is almost always necessary to use a paragraph in any narrative report. A paragraph is simply a warning to the reader that a change in thought is about to occur, or that a new subject to be explored. The report should be complete, easily understood, brief, and accurate. So how are you going to narrate your report or narrate the facts of the case, no, na kuha nimo, nakalap nimo during your conduct of investigation into a summary, no, in a summarized report, pero pasok gyapon ning 8 kabuok na criteria. First, you have to First, you have to choose words that can be easily understood by your readers. Okay? It is very common for us to think that, let's use deep words or words that are not always used in our daily lives or in a daily report in order for us to impress our readers. No, that is wrong. No? Do not use mga kadagaling lisod kayo nga isabdon nga mga words. Don't use words in your report na kailangan pa mag-research ni reader kung unsay meaning ato nga word because it is time consuming. Right? Now, if you are a police officer, your report will be submitted to your superior. Your superior is a busy man. He is a busy person. He has no time to research the meaning of each words na imuhang gibutang sa imong report just to make it look like impressive. No? Now, sa pagpamulis, the simpler words, the better. The easier to understand words na imong gigamit sa report, the better. That is how you impress your reader. Who is your reader? Again, your superior, your subordinates, your colleagues, and etc. Kung kinsa may makagunit sa imong report imong gibuhat, siya ang imong reader. Make sure that you use words that are easily be understood by your readers. Again, okay? Aside from that, you have to narrate it completely in a brief or summarized manner. Aside from that, it must be accurate. No, walay daghang paligoy-ligoy. Right? Now, how are you going to do that? Diba? first make, before we go to the criteria, first you need to make pointers. Pointers on the facts of the case na imuhang isulat sa mga report. Makabalo man mo maging pointers, right? Now, number 1, mo ni siya. Number 2, mo ni siya. So, sa number 1, mo to ang imuhang first na isulat sa imuhang report. No? Make it to a point na ang imuhang pointers are in chronological order. In order for you nga, dali lang nimo siya i-transfer sa imuhang report. From your draft to your report. Right? Now, second is, once you are done making your draft or your pointers, rewrite it again or read it again and choose those and choose words that describes the same, but you use a much simpler word. No, for example, tired. When you say tired, gikapoy ka, pagod ka. Diba? When you say exhausted, no, not much people understand what is exhausted means. Diba? So when you say exhausted, kikapoy ka. Right? So instead of using exhausted, you use the word tired. Because a lot of people, or most of the people, understand what is the meaning of the word tired. Kikapoy ka. No? Do not use the word, just like, for example, exhausted, just for the sake that you want to impress your reader. Just for the sake that you want to give a message to the reader that you know other terminologies, other terms sa mga words. Diba? It is time-consuming na kinahanglan pa mag-research ni reader kung sabot pasabot nimo sa word nga imong gibutang sa imong report. Diba? So aside from that, after that, once you rewrite it, you make it in a much simpler version sa mong report, then make another draft in a paragraph form na. Diba? In chronological order. After that, once you are satisfied and sure that your narration sa mong report is complete and no errors, then that is the time that you put it in your report. Na may margin, may heading, diba? So, inana ang paghimo para dili kayo ingon nga sayang imong effort, nga sige lang kag-type, tapos mamali, kausab na po ka, himo na po kausab, tapos pa-check nimo, mali na po, diba? So, kapoy kayo mo sige balik-balik og trabaho. Now, let's go to language. Now, in terms of English language, there are a lot of words that has the same meaning, right? So, in order for you to choose the right words, first, you must assess and evaluate what kind of field of work you have. For example, sa pagpamulis, in investigation. So, what are the words that you must use in making reports? What? The words that we are using. Diba? Ang mga terminologies, terminologies. Diba? Na dali lang din kayo nila mag-gets. Right? Now, in composing sentences naman, make sure that each of your sentence is pasok diri sa criteria. Now, when you say clarity, kaklarohon. Now, the police report must be clear and it should be written directly and easy to understand. Again, how are you going to write a report that can be easily understand? First, you choose simpler words to describe your facts of the case. No? To describe the facts of the case. It must be clear, klaro imong tumong. Ang point sa imong narration or ang point sa imong report is klaro. Right? That is clarity, kaklarohon. When you see accuracy naman, the police report must conform with the established rules of syntax, format, spelling, and grammar. The data presented must be precise and the information given must be factual. When you say factual, facts, tama. Okay? Kung ano yung katotohanan, yun yung ilalagay nyo dun sa report ninyo. Okay? Your report must be free from your personal opinion. It must be accurate. Your choice of words, your spelling, and your grammar must be accurate. Tama, sakto. Diba? Mura lang good, same lang good sa, when you are telling a story, tapos, nakalimot ka nga, kalimot ka o describe sa isa ka feeling or sa isa ka object that you are racking your brain out in order for you to figure out that specific word. Kay maura to siya nga specific word ang ang accurate sa imong gina-describe na thing. Diba? Sige, diba naka-experience sa ginana? So that is being accurate. Punto ba? Punto. Brevity. The police report must be short, with simple sentences, common words, and easy to understand. That is brevity. That there's no need for your reader to reread your report again because one reading is enough for him to understand what your report is all about. Specificity. The police report must be specific by using concrete examples. A good descriptive narration gives life to a written words through particular terms that projects hues, movements, quantities, and shapes. Pagiging specific. You can say that we found, upon conducting investigation to the crime scene, we found empty shells of the coming from the alleged caliber .45. Now let's just say, how many empty shells inyong nakita? Wala naka-specify. Right? So in your report, kung pila inyong nakita, for example, 5 empty shells, then you put it there. 5 empty shells inyong nakita. Na allegedly coming from a caliber .45 firearm. That is specificity. Aside from that, the exact address of the crime scene. You can say that we arrive at the crime scene at exact 11 p.m. Tapos wala nimo indicate sa unsang asa nga crime scene. Unsay location sa crime scene. Even if you say na ang crime scene kay nasa Catalunan Pequeño, Davao City. Where exactly in Catalunan Pequeño ang crime scene? You need to be specific. Completeness, ang pagiging kompleto. The police report must be complete by using the 5 W's and 1 H. Diba? The 5 wives and 1 husband. Make sure that all of your narration, all of your sentences na nasa pointers mo, nasa draft mo, is answerable by this category. Diba? Kung matubag, kung tanan pangutana sa 5 W's and 1 H is matubag sa mong report, then that is complete. Timeliness. The report or the police report must be submitted one time. As much as possible, immediately after the incident has happened. Diba? Even upon receiving the complaint, even upon receiving upon the receipt of information, you must automatically create or make a report. Dili siya pwedeng ugma-ugmaanin. No? I think it is na maximum of 72 hours or 24 hours. Diba? Dapat nakabuhat ng report related sa kaso may mga gunitan. Security. The police report must be considered classified, hence transmission, handling, and access to these reports should be limited only to the police personnel who are granted by higher authority security clearance. It is a top secret document. Diba? If you are a police officer, you understand that not all police reports, not all reports must be muagi sa mga kamot. Diba? Dili kinahanglan, hindi necessary na lahat ng reports, even if it doesn't concern you, it doesn't concern your unit, it doesn't concern your division or your office, is kinahanglan yapon moagi sa mga. No. Kung unsa lang itong mga reports and informations that needs you to be informed or that your unit should be informed, mao lang po na ang ihatag sa inyo, ha. Why? To avoid unnecessary disclosing of information to unauthorized people. Diba? Mura lang sa intelligence. Kung sino lang yung intended para sa information na to, siya lang ang makakaalam kung ano yung nasa loob ng envelope. Siya lang ang nakakadam kung anong klaseng information yun. At sino yung involved. That is security. Impartiality naman, the police report must know what the receiving office needs to know. Important data must not be omitted or added to conceal responsibilities, to impute liabilities, or to favor parties. When you say impartiality, kung ano lang yung kailangan ng office na malaman, yun lang yung gagawin niya. For example, your unit was tasked to a mission. Now, upon planning, di ba, nakita ninyo kung ano na yung mga expenses ninyo. So, in order for you na magkaroon kayo ng budget, you need to ask for money para sa budget ninyo, right? So, dili man pwedeng nga mag-write mo og report or request letter para sa controller division na you need this budget in order for us to go to this area because we have a mission, because we need to apprehend na blah, blah, blah. There's no need for that office to know. All they need to know is you need a money for your mission. That is all. Kung kinahanglan malaman nila kung asa mo mission, asa inyong mission, asa inyong operation, in order for them na ma-estimate kung unsa ang inyong expenses when it comes to transportation, then inform the office. Other than that, other information, there's no need for the office to know, especially na it doesn't concern them. That is what impartiality means. But if you wanted equipments in order for you to, para gamiton ninyo sa inyong operation, for example, madto mo sa logistics division or office, there's no need for the logistics to know everything na giplanuhan ninyo sa inyong mission para mahimong successful inyong mission. All the logistics needs to know is you need these specific equipments because gabito na ninyo para sa inyong mission dito sa inaning nga lugar. That is all. There's no need for them to know kung unsa patong plano ninyo on how you are going to succeed your task. But that is impartiality. So what is needed in preparing and writing a report? A police writer will make an outline from the facts of the case and follow a chronological sequence. After an outline has been identified, they will make sure that their notes will be organized and reviewed first for completeness prior to the actual writing of the report. The outline should answer the 5 W's and 1 H. The facts presented in report writing should prove the importance of police report. The real answer lies in the quality of the result of accomplishment and basic principles. The police reports are from simple, brief memorandum to a complex. Formal investigation requires the application of basic standards such as clear, pertinent, brief, complete, current, accurate, fair, properly classified, informative, and objective. It should be submitted in proper format and should be on time. So that is what you need in preparing and writing a report. Just like what I said earlier, you make an outline, you make a pointers on your report. Make sure that it is in chronological order. Check if it is complete. Make sure that it is well organized and make sure that you use simple words in order for your reader to understand it right away. So what are the two types of police report? So this is according to Allen Z. Gamage, Basic Police Report Writing, Sacramento, California, USA. So we have informal report and formal report. When you say informal report, an informal report usually is a letter or memorandum or any one of many prescribed or used in day-by-day police operations. It customarily carries 3 items besides the text proper, date submitted, subject, and persons or person to whom submitted. It may, however, contain many items of administrative importance along with the subject matter of the text. Actually, most police reports may be placed in this category. So when you make a report on your daily basis, in your day-by-day police operations, you are making an informal report. Now, it could be in a memorandum form, it could be in a text, or whatsoever, or in a letter form, as long as it is complete, no, kung asa siya gikan, ang content niya, asa na siya padulong na report, o para kay kinsa na siyang report. That is an informal report. Okay? And most police reports are placed under this category, informal report. Now, formal report naman suggests a full dress treatment, including cover, title page, letter of transmittal, summary sheet, text, appendixes, and perhaps an index and bibliography. So it could be a compilation of all reports of this specific case. Diba? Isa ka folder na narito tanan reports. Diba? So butangan na siya cover, butangan na siya title page, butangan letter of transmittal, summary sheet, appendices, and index and bibliography. That is a formal report. So what are the classification of police report? So performance report, which contains information as to the status of the activity or activities or operations. Performance report. Okay? Successful ba or failure of inyong operations? Unsa nay dagan sa inyong operations? Unsay report? Ay unsay results sa inyong operation or sa inyong activity? And that is what we call performance report. Fact-finding report, which involves the gathering and presentation of data in logical order without an attempt to draw conclusions. That is fact-finding report. All you need to do is to report all the facts that you've gathered and without any conclusion. Don't draw any conclusions. All you have to do is to report the facts that you've gathered. That's all. Technical report, which presents data on a specialized subjects. Problem determining report, which attempts to find the causes underlying a problem or to find whether or not a problem really exists. You determine the problem if this problem really exists or it is just that nabuo lang siya because of the doubts of the people involved sa matter. Problem solution report, which analyzes the thought process that lies behind the solution of a particular problem. No? Problem solution report. You give solution to the problem. Then you make it a report. So how are police reports categorized? We have operational reports, internal business reports, we have technical reports, and we also have summary reports. So operational reports include those relating to the reporting of police incidents, investigations, arrests, identification of persons, and a mass of miscellaneous reports necessary to the conduct of routine police operations. When you say operational reports, it talks about the police operation. Anything, as long as pasok siya sa police operations, kapag buhatan na siya o report, that is considered as operational report. Internal business reports relate to the reporting necessary to the management of the agency and include financial reports, personal reports, purchase reports, equipment reports, property maintenance reports, and general correspondence. Now, in internal business reports, mo ni siya ang reports na inyong isubmit sa administration, sa controller division, sa logistics, and sa audit. Because these internal business reports are the reports base sa mga expenses sa isa ka agency or sa isa ka company. Yep. Di ba? For example, sa inyong stasyon, natagal mag-budget, tapos sa inyong budget, ipalit niyo yung computer, ipalit niyo yung printer, ipalit niyo yung fax machine, ipalit niyo yung photocopy, Xerox machine, nagpalit mo og projector, diba? So kanang buhatan na ninyo og report. It includes the time, the store kung asa na ninyo gi-purchase, the price, the brand, tanan. Natag na ninyo para ma-record no kung asa na padulong ang kwarta sa stasyon. Technical reports presents data on any specialized subject, but usually relate to complete staff work and add to the specific knowledge necessary to proper functioning of police management. So, morning technical reports na ito, gina-studyhan karon. It could be the memorandum, it could be a plain report, diba? Or any kind of reports. Summary report furnish intelligence information necessary to the solution of crime, accident, and police administration. So finally, Dr. Gamage, in concluding his classification on the types of police reports, emphasized that his book, Basic Police Report Writing, is directed and centered only on the category of operational reports, that these reports are the raw materials from which administrative reports are derived. That in directing efforts towards improving these reports, he believes that the whole of the reporting process can be improved. Okay? Now we are sa anatomy of crime and what are the elements for a crime to happen. We are going to talk about that next time.